All right. Well, today I'm going to go back and work on that Sears LT3610. I know it's almost finished. It's looking really good, but I still have to rebuild, possibly rebuild the mowing deck, and then treat it for rust and get it all painted and looking good. And it should be complete. And there's a couple of little things I still need to do on the tractor, get the lights going, and the throttle cable. Either fix it or replace it, right? A couple of little things, but the main deal in this video is the mowing deck. Let's check it out and see what it needs. Well, before I get started, it is the Christmas holiday season, so I'll just say a big ho ho ho. And yeah, I guess that is another word that goes in threes, right? And I guess it has to go in threes. Not like all right. You can do all right, but that's Matthew McConaughey's territory, right? I always do all right, or just a plain all right, and I've gone through this before, saying it matters how many you say and how you say it, right? But with ho ho ho, it's kind of you almost have to say in threes, right? Ho ho ho. You can't say two. Ho ho. It kind of leaves you hanging, right? And you definitely can't say a single one. You just can't go ho, right? So that being said, it is Christmas, so ho ho ho. All right, so you can see it has quite a bit of surface rust on it, on top and underneath. You can see some of that, but it's all surface rust. It's still pretty solid. There's no holes through it and anything like that. So what else? The main thing are these pulleys. I want to see if they're turning. They are kind of tight, so I guess I should go under here and see if the bearings are still good. This is kind of weird, isn't it? Just these huge brakes on here. Yeah, so I guess the first thing, let's take it all apart. Let's get these spindles off and see if the bearings are shot or what's going on. And I guess these are I forget what it looked like when it was on, because these look like it's just like a giant leaf spring, right? And the way these are connected to the tractor, I'm sure they're pulled back to let it loose. Oh, what else? This belt is a goner. Might work for the time being. I'll definitely replace it. But let's spin this around and get all these off. I should have soaked them in WD-40 or something. Well, you can see I sprayed some WD-40 on everything, top and bottom there. Let's see if we can get these blades off. You have to excuse, it's pretty gusty out here wind-wise, so hopefully it won't bother you too much on the video. We have some rain coming here. Got everything draped in tarps right now, so hopefully we'll get all this done and get part of it done before it rains. One. too. Alright, there's the first one. Yeah, they don't feel that bad at all. Is there any way to lube these things up? I guess not. You can see these things are welded on here and at the top instead of a bolt or something. It's welded, so I don't see any way of getting in there and lubing up the bearings or anything. The only thing I can do is go in here with some WD-40 and free it up a bit. Let that sink in. And let's get this side. Well, that helped a lot. But I can hear something in there. Hear that? Well, that's much better, but I wish I could get in there and take this sucker apart. Looks like it's if you can see it from there, when I spin it real quick, you can see the little axle rod is a little bent. Alright, well, let me take the other one off. Alright, well, there's the other one. And it's not moving as freely yet. Some WD-40 will do the trick with this one too. This side's a little worse for wear. Well, it's getting better. You just got to work it around a little bit. Yeah, isn't that something? Suckers are welded together. Looks like these will work though. I'll get this one moving a little more freely, because I'm sure these are hard to find, if at all. I mean, if I have to replace them, we'd probably have to go and retrofit it with some different spindles, the modern day spindles, you know. But I hope to go ahead and use these, because after all, I just want it functionable. I'm probably not going to actually mow with this mower anymore. I'll probably just use it to pull around stuff and just for show, but yeah, I doubt if I'll actually be cutting a yard with it. Alright, that's got to be flowing all the way through it by now, because it looks like the bottom here has these little weep holes that I'm sure has to let any water drain through, you know. Alright, well, everything's apart. These are not part of it. These screws came off of something and I don't remember what they were. Well, I'll leave them there until I'll probably return from another project and go, oh, that's it, you know. So the blades, you can see, everything just has a coating of rust on it, but the blades look straight. There's not even any nicks and cuts on the blade here. Yeah. Oh, this one had a nick. This side didn't. Well, that's fine. We can. I guess now it's just a matter of a little better and better. Guess we'll just treat everything for rust, right? I'm gonna throw these into this evapor rust stuff. Let's see, I wonder if it'll all fit in this pan here. Looks like it will. Alright, that should do nicely. Might as well separate the nuts and the bolts here. Alright, that should do nicely. And I'll just fill it up with this stuff. You can see this stuff is a little discolored already, because I actually, this is the second time that I'm using this stuff. Before, if you saw it on a different video, I did a generator and I cleaned out the tank of all the rust and stuff, and then that's what I used. And I poured it back into the can here, and I'm using it a second time to do this stuff. So, stuff works pretty good. I think you get your money's worth out of it if you just keep reusing it, you know. What else? Let's get the rest of this is just going to be a painstaking rust fest, isn't it? All this stuff plus the mowing deck itself. I think this bottom piece, I have some other rust stuff that I'd used on the frame of this Sears, and some of it worked good, the other marginal, but I might as well spread it all on this too and see if it'll at least stop the rust. And the rest, I guess I'm just gonna have to sand it off. I guess I can coat these too, the two blades. Yeah. Oh well, rust fest it is. Alright, and this is the gel stuff, so it sticks to it when it's in a vertical position like this. It just won't run off, which is great. And I probably should be wearing gloves, but I am out, so I'll just wash my hands as soon as I get all this stuff coated. It's kind of neat. You can see it reacting to the rust as soon as you spray it on. Well, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to coat everything with this stuff, and then we'll come back and sand everything off and primer it up, get ready for paint. Alright, all that rust treatment, as you can see, it's all hardened up. You can see it sands off very easily. So I'm going to finish sanding all this off, wash it off, and it'll be ready to prime and paint it. So, not to say this has been sitting here for quite a few days, probably at least a week. Usually I just leave it overnight and then hose it down and clean it off, you know, sand what needs to be sanded. But just kind of ran out of time and dealing with shoulder and back problems. Kind of slowed me down, but you can see it just comes off very easy. And the same with the other pieces. Well, while all that is soaking away, let's go take care of a couple little things here. Things still looking good. I just took the cover off of it. You can see it over there. Definitely going to keep it covered. Let's see. Kind of cramped working areas here. So when I tested out, you can see I put the new light switch on, and I was playing around with it, and it looks like the only problem are these two little connectors here. On this one, they don't come off, but this one I think I'll have to solder it, just spot solder it here on the top, and let's make sure it's still working. I grabbed the key, didn't I? Yes, okay. Let's turn it off and make sure the lights are still going. Yep, there's one. Well, this one was working. Now, I hope it didn't burn out right when I figured out the problem. Oh, that flashed. I think I just burned them both out. Well, darn. Got them working, and one by one they just went out on me. So, well, darn it. I guess I'll be looking up, see if I can find some lights for it. And I just noticed there's a scrape here. See that? Yep, look. Okay. You can see the hood here is a little dented. You can see the way it's kind of curved there, and it's causing it to scrape right across here. So, well, that's an easy fix. We can bend this out. It won't take much at all, and then we'll repaint that area. Bend this hood back up. Almost. Well, that's much better. Can I go any more? I think a little bit more. It's looking pretty good. Alright. Well, that was easy. What else? So I just need to repaint that spot and the spot on the hood. It also looks like it's scraping. This still has the trim on it, you can see, but it's still hitting here. So that I could probably put a piece of trim going across here, you know what I mean, just across the top, similar to this, but just have it going across here, and let it sit. This side, I guess I'm not going to do this until I get the trim put on this front lip. And all right, well, I got the first. I put about 3 coats of paint on it, but it looks like I still need to sand it down and do some touch up on it. You know what I mean? See there in the middle. But at least we got it sealed. It'll stop any more corrosion, slow it down anyway. And there's the spindles. So it's almost ready to put together. Alright, I got it back together. And I hope that's right. This side for sure, because it goes up to the pulley. Looks like this side, maybe I need to back off on this a little bit. That same one, you can see where it's been wearing through that little keeper bracket, but well, it's about right. So if you tighten everything up, but I can fine tune it and get all this mounted on. And you can see under here, looking to see if I can get some replacement stickers for it, just to make it look a little better. And underneath, but I I do believe it is ready to go ahead and mount it to the tractor. Alright, the mower deck is on. Wasn't too bad. Took me a minute to remind myself what how it was all bolted back on. It's pretty simple once you dig down into it. So yeah, it just looks like I'm missing I need to get some decals for the mowing deck and decals on the shifter there. And I think that's it. But if I'm going to do that, I might as well replace this one too. It looks pretty scarred up in the seat. But it's almost there, just a little bit more. So I needed to replace these. These bulbs just flashed out on me. And I got online and I found these. These are 4-inch or just over 4-inch. They'll fit right in the rear. Same connections and all that good stuff, but these are LEDs. So it should use a lot less power and they should be pretty darn bright, you know. I think it'll be pretty cool. Let's put them on. Yeah, so you see how these are clamped on. And they're just exact, so it's just a simple screw on and bolt it back down. It's just these Phillips head screws are hard to get to. You have to get a little stubby. I'm not going to have to take them all the way off. Oops. Alright. Well, that's the first one. Easy peasy. I'll get the other one put on and we'll test them out. Alright, they're on there. Perfect fit. Let's cross our finger here. Alright. Yes, sir. Wow. Can't see it in the daylight, but these are actually pretty darn bright. That's cool. So I decided to go ahead and paint the wheels on that trailer to match the tractor. Just all the little stuff that I had I need to finish off, you know what I mean? Alright, and I'll put about 3 coats on there, and that should do it. But I think the trailer itself, I need to sand it down still and put another coat of paint on it. It was looking pretty rough. Well, it's running decent. Got the lights going. The throttle cable's working fine, and you can see I went in and did a little work on the trailer there too. Went in painted the wheel to match. And the trailer, I think, still needs a little work. I mean, it looks okay to me because I know that thing was a total rust bucket before I got to it. But you can see where up here in the front, along this top edge here, there's a spot back here. And then even redo the inside. I'll probably put the undercoating on it. And the seat and the decals. Those are some of the last things to do, but you know, I'll probably always find something to do with it, right? It's just not perfect, but just all the little things. Decals will make a huge difference cosmetically, and the seat. And what else? What was I saying? The work on the trailer. But overall, you can see it. At least it's a matching set now. Let's say it looks pretty good. And it's up and running. The mower deck's working. Yeah, so I guess that's it for now. Like I said, I'll probably find something else, you know, later on, but who knows? I'm just gonna toy around with it and ride it around. But that was a lot of fun. That was a fun project. It's kind of a unique little. It's a small tractor, but it's kind of unique. You don't see a whole lot of them out there in this kind of shape, right? I've seen a few of this model, and the next one under it, the LT8, was it 836, a 1036, and then LT1136. The 1136 I know is they switched from the Tecumseh engine, and the 1136 is a Briggs & Stratton. But I've seen them every once in a while, but just total rust buckets. Nobody really wants to do anything with them, you know. But I think it's pretty cool. I like it. But anyway, enough of that. I guess that's it for this video. It's almost Christmas Day, and wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a big ho ho ho. And we'll see you on the next video.